welcome back to another reading of r/CREEPCAST. You may have noticed the new opening I made. What was that noise I just made? Gross. It's made by a small YouTuber like me. His name is Terdillian? Man, I'm so bad at this. He made a CREEPCAST fan song, and it's a Halloween slap, or it's a bop. And if you want to check out the whole song, I will leave the link in the description below, same as the story we're going to read today. Anyway, the story we're going to read today is by Trembling Truth, and it is called My Girlfriend Has a Mouse Problem. I haven't looked into this yet. It seemed interesting, so let's just dive right into this digital piece of parchment, huh? Alright, let's get started. My Girlfriend Has a Mouse Problem by Trembling Truth. Hey, I wasn't sure where to post about this, and this is one of those early subreddits I go to regularly, so I figured I'd just ask to see if anyone knows what to do. I have been dating my girlfriend of 25 years for about 3 years now. We're pretty serious, and I can honestly say she's the love of my life. Unfortunately, we've been running into an issue with the apartment she lives in. I live about a 2-hour drive from her because of my work, and she lives with her mom, as her mom has some chronic health issues that only my girlfriend can assist with. Not to get too into detail with it, but we're both pretty low income. I make decent money right now, but by no means enough to support both of them myself. I've actually been saving money so I can buy a house near them so I can start a family with her, but she can stay close to her mom. Due to her mom's illness, she's not very mobile and needs most things done for her, or at least helped with. She's not able to walk on her own, so my GF needs to cook and prepare her meals, walk her to the bathroom, and clean her when need be. The reason why this is important is because as good as my GF is at being a caretaker, she has a tendency to forget the little things. Oftentimes I'll go over and see wrappers for food lying on the floor and crumbs on the countertops. Try to help in taking care of these little messes, but I really visit once a month, so I can't stay on top of everything that is missed. Well, she called me about a week ago, freaking out while I was at work. I answered the phone to hear her squealing, "Babe, you have to come help me!" Immediately I go into my panic mode as I assume someone died or someone was breaking into our house. "What's wrong?" I asked in a panic. "I just found a mouse in the kitchen eating out of a cereal box," she screamed. I let a sigh of relief to this news. Figured this would probably happen eventually, and was honestly surprised it took this long in our relationship for a mouse to arrive at her house. Please excuse the dog. Okay, no worries. Have you found one anywhere else? Seen any droppings from it? I'd actually dealt with a mice problem before in my apartment when I first got it. The landlord was very slow in taking care of it himself, as he didn't actually live on or near the premise, so I had to take matters into my own hands. I'd hired an exterminator at the time, but they gave me tips for prevention and what to do if you see a mouse, so I had a bit of an idea of how to handle this. "No, I haven't seen any other mice, I don't think," she said, her shuffling in the background of the phone. Assumed she was looking around to see if she could see anything that could clue her in to where the mouse came from. "I don't see any droppings anywhere, but I do see a hole in the wall inside of the cabinets." "Okay, here's what you'll want to do," I stated, trying to recall everything I learned from my previous experience. "Is someone knocking at the door? I am so sorry. Please excuse me." Okay, sorry about that. It was my brother. He was just wanting to come over and hang out. Thankfully, my other brother's here. Anyway, y'all don't care about that. Let's continue on with the story. Where the flip was I? Okay, here's what you'll want to do, I stated, trying to recall everything I learned from my previous experience. Go ahead and pull out all the food out of the cabinets. Everything that is open or looks like it's been chewed into will have to be thrown away. Everything else, go ahead and put it in a plastic tub and set somewhere out of the kitchen. That way no mice can get to it. Cover that hole with steel mesh so no other mice can get in, and set traps all along the bottom edges of your cabinet. With any luck, it's just the one mouse and it'll get caught. You should also deep clean your home to make sure there aren't any crumbs or anything that can attract the mice." Whew, sorry, I'm out of breath. I could hear her shuffling as I explained all of this to her, no doubt starting to clear everything out to make sure this problem could be eliminated as soon as possible. "Okay, thank you," Do you think you would be able to visit this weekend so you could help me put up the steel mesh? Of course. I don't have anything planned anyway. It'll be nice to see you. Even though you live in a rat den now. I choked. Stop, that's not funny. She scolded playfully. She was still upset about finding the mouse, but I was just as happy that she was feeling a little better and less panicked. Okay, I'll talk to you later, love. After that, a few days of monotonous work went by with me talking to her when I could and assuring her that everything would be okay. Then the weekend arrived and I drove over to her place. When I got there, I was pretty impressed. The house was the cleanest I'd ever seen it. In the whole 3 years I've been dating her. Thought somewhat morbidly that the mouse was kid if the best thing that happened to the house is cleanest. What? That the mouse was kid if the best thing that happened to the house is cleanliness. What is that? What am I reading? What does that mean? The mouse was kid. Am I just misunderstanding something? When I entered the kitchen and she had the mouse traps along the entirety of the bottom seam of the cupboards. When I opened the cabinet to see the hole in the I was somewhat shocked. Okay, this is some grammar issues, but no problem. A little bit of a problem. Mouse holes are generally pretty small, just enough for the mouse to get through. This hole was about the size of my fist. Luckily, the mesh we bought still fit over it, so I didn't think much of it. So I didn't think much of it at the time. And after that, I enjoyed a nice weekend with my girlfriend. When I was getting ready to leave on Sunday, I didn't a quick once over on the kitchen just to make sure that everything was still good. Checked the mesh first, and it seemed to be holding well. Although I'm not sure if it was just my eyes playing tricks. I thought I saw little stuff marks on the lower left-hand side of the mesh that covered the hole. I didn't think much of it, and just assumed that it was the mesh doing its job. Then I inspected the traps. All of them looked completely untouched, except for one. It was on the very outer edge, toward the kitchen door leading to the living room. I was displaced as if it was pushed away from the wall a little bit. Figured it was possible someone accidentally kicked it and picked it up to look at it. It's one of those sticky traps when a mouse goes in, it just gets stuck and can't move. Well, on the side of the trap that was against the wall, there was this big hole that looked as if it was chewed through. Inside the trap itself, there was nothing in there that I could see. I thought this was weird, but ultimately didn't give it much more thought and decided to replace the trap. So I was picking it up. I looked inside. Wait, I lost my place. Hold on. I'm sorry. As I was picking it up, I looked inside and one more time and noticed something there was stuck at the bottom of the sticky part of the trap. There were 4 pink paws still standing upright. I replaced the trap and threw the old one away without telling my GF because honestly, I was just really confused. I'm home now. I said I love you to my girlfriend before I left and told her to let me know if the mouse gets caught or if she sees anything more. My question for you guys is if this is normal for mice. The feet looked a little like they had been gnawed off and just wasn't sure if maybe there was something that mice do when they're stuck in those types of traps. Any insight would be appreciated, and I think the problem's been taken care of, although only time will tell. That was the story? That was the whole story? It was just mouse problems? I'm a little disappointed, honestly. I mean, kudos to you. I may have not seen the horror there, but it didn't stand out to me. I was expecting a little more than that, but it was just a story about mice. That was it. I'm so baffled. And it was so short. Well, a good thing is we got another short story. Hold on a momento. Let me get back up here. Where is it? Oh, yes, here it is. By the Real Philly Cheese. This story is by the Real Philly Cheese, and it's called Gamergeddon. I thought this would be a fun read. I hope. Oh boy, it's not very long. So we're gonna do 2 stories today. So let's jump into this digital piece of parchment. Gamergeddon by the Real Philly Cheese. Overlord, this is CR7. I need orders. Chris spoke into his radio. Static was the only thing answering him. Not far down the highway, the gamers overran the city's defenses and rampaged through the streets. One gamer pinned down a civilian and began to recite the gamer words to infect him. Another, bloated from his more progressed infection, stumbled into a cornered screaming crowd and exploded, spewing radioactive gamer girl bathwater everywhere. Oh no, it's Philadelphia. Oh boy, this is gonna be a story, isn't it? A pack of thirsty gamer boys about 200 yards away shambled toward the bus that Chris lay on top of. The gamers themselves looked like they were suffering immensely with cancerous polyps forming on their skin due to all the gamer girl bathwater flowing through them. Fucking hell, I didn't sign up for this dumb shit, Chris said. He focused a sniper scope on the little boy hiding alone in a burned out car, surrounded by a pack of gamers. He couldn't get the boy without alerting the reeing hordes. Oh gosh. And any attempt to coax that pack away would attract yet more gamers. Chris checked his ammo. One in the mag, one in the chamber. A nearly forgotten idea arose in his head again, but he pushed it back down. Overlord, this is CR7. Can anyone hear me? Static once again filtered through his radio. Had the communication frequencies been changed without him knowing? A pack of gamers continued to advance while Chris awaited a response. Overlord, this is CR7. Is anyone there? I repeat, there is a little boy. He stopped abruptly when he noticed a gamer draping rainbow LED strips over the car the boy hid in. Chris put a shot through the creature's head as it noticed something moving in the car. The rest of the gamers in the pack scurried behind cover, but as Chris chambered his last round, he saw that more packs around him heard the shot. Shit! Chris watched through his scope as the boy cowered further into the car. No, come on, just go! Another pack to his right shambled onto the highway, emboldening the original pack to inch their way out of the cover. The boy poked his head out of the car, not seeing a gamer getting ready to run out of the other side. Chris gave one last appeal into his radio. Overlord, please! Ugh. Some belligerent... I can't read that word. Some beleaguered voice responded. Hello? Hello? Can you hear? We must secure the existence of gamers and a future for gamer children. Chris was paralyzed with shock for a few moments before throwing the radio aside. Oh my god, it doesn't work on over the radio, right? Chris thought to himself. They have to say it in person, right? He had one bolt left that could ensure that he would never become a gamer, but deep in his heart, he knew what he had to do. He looked into his scope and saw the boy stepping out of the car just as the gamer got up. I'm sorry, he said with tears streaming down his face. Took aim at the boy. I'm sorry. The boy sprinted out of the car just as the gamer leapt out of cover and Chris pulled the trigger. The shot was sloppy, hitting the boy in the chest. He would only die after hitting the ground rather than instantly, but at least he wouldn't suffer. Chris wiped the tears, leapt off the bus and started running. He didn't know where to go next or how to fight the growing hordes. All I knew for certain was that he was thirsty, and deep inside, he had a growing craving for Mountain Dew. Oh no, the gamer zombies. They're coming for us with their Belle Delphine bathwater and LED lights that could hypnotize people. Oh, okay. That one was definitely schlocky and really stupid, but I had fun reading it for as short as it was. So, thank you, The Real Philly Cheese. I will put his link in the description below too. And that's honestly... excuse me. Honestly, that's all I have for everyone today. If you have mouse problems, just follow the instructions that dude in the horror story said. Just set traps. Make sure there's no food out. And if you have gamer issues, avoid the Belle Delphine bathwater. That's my final words to you all. You all have a great night, okay? Later.